is Stormtrooper Slushy, and I'm here to provide you with a tutorial on how to make your character on Roll20. This is for Multiverse, and so once you're able to get onto the the Discord server for it, you're going to be entered in a general chat area. This is with other players, and what you're going to want to do is click on Roll20 link here, and then you're going to want to click on this link in order to join the table. This is going to send you to a page that has a description, and once you get here, excuse me, you're going to want to click on join game, and this is going to take you to the table, and this allows the DMs to associate you as a player and to provide you with the character sheet. And once you're going to do that, I will take you to my personal table so I can make this easier and there's not so much clutter, I guess you can say. So we'll go ahead and click that out. And we'll go here. Now this is what a normal player would see. They'll see a black screen with like a chat area and whatnot. So what you're gonna want to do is once you get onto the table, you're gonna get a hold of one of the DMs and ask them if they could provide you with a sheet. Once you get that sheet, you're gonna click on this little tab that says Journal. And for here, for instance, I already given myself a sheet, and I'm just gonna click on it. Once I do, I click on Character Sheet, and essentially I'm gonna have a blank sheet to work with. Now, you notice like if you try to like add stats, you can't because you don't have anything for a stat in that. But what you're gonna want to do is click on this. And you could add stats, you could add your race, your class, your level, everything. You just need to, in order for you to edit, essentially, you're gonna click on this. You're gonna wanna, let's say for this character, I'm gonna make her a paladin, a noble paladin. So I'm gonna click on paladin. I'm gonna start her off at level 1. I'm gonna make her a high elf. So elf high. There we go. And I'm gonna change her name into let's say Sin. And then yeah, so in order to put your stats, we normally don't roll stats. We use essentially what's called point by calculator. And we're just gonna refresh that. And the cool thing about this is that you could actually select a race and it will already provide the racial adjustments for that race. So I'm going to go with High Elf, and you can see that I get a +2 in Dex and a +1 Intelligence. But as level 1, I still get 27 points to work with. So as a Paladin, and based off of the player handbook, I'm gonna want to bump a lot in strength, as much as I can, and then a lot in charisma. And then I know eventually I'm going to need some constitution when I have to calculate for hit points. So I'm going to put, I don't know, let's say +2 in constitution. I'm going to bring up my wisdom to 0. And that's all the points that I am able to use. So it's already calculated that for me. So for strength, I got a 15. So you're going to go to your character sheet and you're going to go here. And you're going to bring that to 15. And then for here, for Dex, I have a 10, which is already there. I have a Constitution of 14. So we'll go to Constitution to 14. Then we're going to go to 9 on Intelligence. So you're going to go down. Then you're gonna go 10 on wisdom, which is already there, and 15 on charisma. So we'll bring that up to charisma. Okay. So we'll just set a little bit. Now you're gonna pretty much you're gonna find everything in the compendium. There are a couple items that are not included in the compendium, like right off the go, so you're gonna have to actually type those in. But for the most part, it usually has everything in it. So, sorry, I keep yawning. You're gonna go to here, and I'm gonna essentially type in elf, and I'm gonna play a high elf, but you can go with health traits, and usually it's gonna provide sub races. So sub races, high elf, it's already there. So as you can see, I already have the dex and the intelligence score for an high elf already input. Size is medium, so that's already there. My speed is 30, so I'm gonna put input 30 there. Dark vision is 60, so I'm gonna put 60 there. Keen senses, I have proficiency in perception, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on perception right there. And then I could add these into my racial traits. So I could always click on this add. I'm gonna actually add dark vision. And then I'm gonna click on that little cog to add the content to it. And then I'm gonna put keen senses. Click on that cog. Put it there. Ancestry. There. And then click on that content. And then trance. I'm gonna copy that. Put it in. Click on the cog. Copy this. And do that. So essentially what this says is that in order to feel like I've had 8 hours of sleep, I could transfer 4 hours. But as an elf, I could transfer the 4 hours, feel like I've slept for 8, but in order to actually get a long rest, you're going to have to spend additional 4 hours in a total of 8 hours um, doing something that's considered resting. So I could transfer 4 hours, read a book for another 4 hours, or go on watch for 4 hours, or whatever it is. As long as I spend a resting activity for the additional 4 hours to equal out 8 hours, that is considered a long rest. So, yep. And according to the languages, I get Common, Elvish. So I'll put Common and Elvish. Okay. And then as a high elf, I also get proficiency in those particular weapons. So I'll copy that, put that there. Okay. And then as a high elf, it says I get a cantrip, one cantrip off my choice off of the wizard spell, and it has to, the spell casting ability has to be intelligence. So already I know that I can select a spell called Firebolt. So I'm going to type it here in the compendium, fire, and it's right here. So I'm going to go on my sheet. I'm going to click on a cantrip because that's what it is. I'm going to click on add, I'm essentially gonna click and drop, or drag and drop. So firebolt, get firebolt, grab it, drop it there, and it's gonna insert it. And you can click on the cog. And as a paladin, your ability to cast spells is charisma, but essentially because you're using a wizard spell and it says that you have to use intelligence, you're gonna have to change the ability to intelligence to cast it. And then you're good to go there. So there, essentially I have everything for, oh, I just did my cantrip, so I get another language. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a giant. And then there we go. That is the high elf and the elf traits and attributes that you get. So we're gonna go ahead and close this. And now I'm gonna work on the paladin aspect of my character. So I'm gonna use the book, and as a paladin, level 1, you'll notice that paladin here is selected, and at level 1 you already have divine sense and lay on hands. So that's pretty much at level 1. This is pretty much all the spells that you're able to cast as level 1 paladin. Um, so there you go there. But as you continue to read in the book about proficiencies and skills and equipment that you get at level 1, um, it says that I can select 2 skills from athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, and religion. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and wait to put this last because I know when I select the background, I'll go ahead and add the skills that I have for that because I have so many options on this list already. Um, and you get so few from your background, I like to make sure I can get as many skills as I can. So I'm gonna wait to put the skills after, once I already select what type of background I'm gonna select. But as for equipment, it says that I could have a marital weapon and a shield. So as a marital weapon, I know I can have a battle axe. So that goes there, and then you're going to want to click on offense. That's your melee attacks. And make a spot available so you could drag your battle axe and place it there. So there we go. And once you put a battle axe, you'll notice the battle axe versatile will pop up automatically under it. And that just means that versatile, you could use it with 2 hands. When it doesn't have versatile, you're essentially using it one-handed. And then on the list under starting equipment, it says I can also get a shield, so I'll go ahead and get a shield. But let me go ahead and make a space, and your shield is considered your armor, so you're gonna need a space there to drag your shield. So I got a shield here, and then I'm gonna put that there. And then next on the list, it says I could have 5 javelins or any simple melee weapon. Personally, I don't like javelins, but I do like having another backup should I miss sorry, should I like accidentally lose my battle axe or I drop it or it breaks or whatever it is. I have a backup weapon to use. So I'm gonna click on up here, add another space or a slot where you could add this item. Take mace, drag it on over. Ugh. Sometimes it does that where you're dragging it and it just kind of gets stuck. So all you have to do is just refresh it. And then join as player. For some reason, it is taking forever. Let me see that I'm on the right table. I'm not. So I'll go to my table. There we go. And I'm gonna join as player. Okay, there we go. Alright, so like I said, I was putting in a mace. Click that, add that, get a mace, drag it over, put it in. And then next on the list, I can have an explorer's pack. So I'm going to go to equipment, click add, have that space to drop something. Type in explorer pack, just grab it, drop it. Normally at this section, people will just click add and add what is exactly in the explorer pack. But if you click on the cog and you extend the content, it already has everything listed in the explorer pack. So let's say you use a torch, you could just deduct however many torches you have, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then next I get on the list of equipment that I get as a paladin, I get chainmail and a holy symbol. So I'm going to put holy symbol. If you click here and you type holy symbol, you don't see a holy symbol pop up. So you're essentially just going to want to type holy symbol. And then in the content, I like to put what my holy symbol is. So usually for a paladin, it's their shield. So I'm going to put paladin shield. And then there we go. And then chainmail I get. So we're going to go to armor. Make a space. Let's type in chainmail. Find chainmail. Grab it and drop it. And you're good to go. And it changes your AC to 18. You'll see it there. And then that is pretty much. Oh, you're gonna want to adjust your HP for Paladin. Based on the book at level 1, you're gonna have 10 plus Constitution. My Constitution is 2, so I will have a hit point at level 1 of 12. And then there we go with that. Now, essentially, I'm almost done. Now I'm going to put a background. I'm going to make this paladin a noble. And then normally in the back of the book, I'll have a section that says backgrounds and you can select from that list of backgrounds. But I like to do things a little bit easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and Google search noble background 5e. Click on noble and it tells me what the personality traits as a noble is and what I get for skills. So, as I said before, in this background I have history and persuasion. History and persuasion. Now remember how I said that I'm not going to add the paladin skills until the end. That's because I get these skills with the background. And then I'm going to go back now to the paladin skills list. And I'm going to add based off the list, I have the options to choose 2 from athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, and religion. But seeing my background already gives me a proficiency in persuasion, I'm going to go ahead and select something else off of this list. And that's going to be, I'm going to go with athletics. And I'm going to go ahead and go with insight. So I'll go here to insight and I'll click that. So that's the total of skills that I could get with the class, the race, and the background. So once I could go back to the background, it says I get a tool proficiency of 1 gaming set. So I'm going to go over here on my tools proficiency and add cards as a gaming set. And then I get another language of my choice. So I'm going to add something else. So based off of your language list, I'm just going to learn dwarf. Okay. And then I get a set of fine clothes. Now fine clothes I know is in the compendium. So I'm going to put fine and it's right there. I'm going to make a spot for it in my equipment just so I can grab it and drag it over. And then it says I get a signet ring. Now I know that isn't in the compendium. Oh wow, I actually do. Oh, surprise, surprise. So I'm going to add that. Signet ring. Put it here. And then I get a scroll of pedigree. Copy that. I can see if I have it here. A scroll of... Now scroll of pedigree doesn't pop up, so I'm going to type this. I've already actually copied them. Now I just need to paste it. Scroll of pedigree. And a purse containing 25 gold pieces. I'm going to copy a purse, but I'm going to check if it's there. And it's not, so I'm going to go ahead and add a purse. And then the amount that I get from my background, which is 25 gold pieces. Okay, and then I'm done for that section. Then it comes to personality traits. Now see here it says a D8. I could always roll for it. So what I'm going to do is click here and you have your dice roller. Now it says I can roll a D8. So I'm going to roll it ahead and I go here, go to the bottom, roll a D8. And it says I get a 1. So I'm going to select that as a personality trait, paste it. And then the next one is a D6 right here. I'm going to roll a D6. I got a 2. So I'm going to go with this one. Bonds. It says I could roll a D6 again. So I'm going to click on D6. That time I got a 4. So I'm going to go with this one. Type that in bonds. And then on flaws, it says I could roll a D6. So I'm going to click on D6 again. And that time I got a 2. So I'm going to go with that. I go here, flaws, and insert that there. Now, essentially you could either, in the book, in the 5e book, you could essentially pick whatever alignment you have. But if you roll, you noticed some of the ideals and traits that you get have good, lawful, chaotic, evil, and all that stuff. So seeing I rolled and one of them is lawful, I'm going to go ahead and make them lawful good. I'm going to put LG for lawful good. And now that pretty much covers everything I need for a paladin. So essentially that's how you go ahead and create a level 1 character. So I hope this tutorial was enough to help you out. But you're always welcome to get a hold of me or one of the other DMs to help you figure it out. But if you have any questions, yeah, go ahead and message us. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It's attached to my YouTube channel, so thumbs up, subscribe, ask questions, leave comments, all that good stuff. Yeah, so essentially, good luck on creating your character. Hope it's fun, and have a good day. Bye. Oh yeah, before I go though, I forgot one thing. If you want a picture, click on bio, edit, choose file. Essentially, I'm going to make her look like this. Click on that, upload it, wait for it to upload, save change. There you go. You're absolutely good to go. There you go. Now officially, goodbye and have a nice day.